What a night. Aggressive, anonymous, bearish reply guys across the crypto universe have been silenced as markets whiplash back to the upside and Trump announces a peace deal between Israel and Iran overnight. But is there going to be peace? We're going to look at some weird things going on the ground right now. Israel's looking for a reason, it looks like. Chainlink is also integrated with one of the biggest payment systems on the planet. And I'm crashing out over a scandal to the highest degree related to my shoe size. All this and more. It's a beautiful day here in the blockchain basement. Isaac's out there getting some more testing done for his travels across these, hopefully in a peaceful manner. He's going to be getting in there in the military. But welcome to the show, everybody. Green Day Profits, good to see you. Ninja Glock, Linwood Jones, Warren G, Red Jasper Kane, Crypto Stevo, what is up, my man? Kyle Watts, Shakadawana Bob, Mox C, Mr. J, Mr. Mark, Doobie Doo, and Jason Hinshaw, and Tommy Mara, and Jay Mizzle, all the people, Johnny December. Whew, okay. Yeah, so I'm a U.S. shoe size, okay? And I'm crashing out a little bit. I had, I've been wandering around on these feet for a while. Okay, I've been traversing on these hooves. And I think growing up, it felt like a size 12 was all right. And so I just continued to buy size 12 shoes. But then Justin left me these pair. These are these. They're size 14s. Okay. And my life really got better. And then I put back on the old shoes, kind of the stuff that I buy for myself. And my toes are all jacked up right now, okay? I had to walk around barefoot all day at the end of the day yesterday. So wide toes matter. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Wide toes matter. I need that extra room. My God. Okay, I've been underselling myself. My wife always thought it was kind of weird too. As tall as I am, and I'm size 12. So here we go. Let's get into the show. At Druth Crypto on Twitter. Here we are on, let's find us on YouTubers. Blockchain basement. You just go and type with your little finger dangers here. Blockchain. Let's see how banned we are. Oh, not that bad. Right halfway down. That's pretty good. All right. 79,300 subscribers. Make sure you're subscribed. Become a member of the channel so I can buy Isaac even more MREs. I'm sure he's going to get plenty of food out there, but we got to take care of our man's Isaac. Make sure to subscribe to the channel here. Now, price has been crazy. Price has been very, very crazy overnight, folks. Major breakout. Signal, it's just an absolute breakneck speed. This is fucking crazy. So 99.7, we pumped up by 6.3% in literally the blink of an eye late yesterday. And that's not even counting from the, very lows, the 98.9 or 98.3 actually. We pumped nearly 8% from that recent cavern. All of the fear, the bombs going off, shutting down Strait of Hormuz really pushed us down low here. And then we get the whispers of a peace deal come out last night. And there's a lot of conflicting reports. Is there peace? Is there not peace? That's going to be pretty important piece of the puzzle that we're going to take a look at here. We are seeing some actually pretty sketchy reports coming out right before I went live here. Now, all that being said, the markets are liking hope. Markets look a little hopeful today. Got some dark green going on here. I'm under the stinky link. That does not hurt my feelings. Aave dark green. Aptos showing some dark green. I know Say is moving up real hard. I got a post from Crypto Stevo, just giving a quick heads up, a little warning. Don't say we didn't tell you when it happens about Say. It is pumping hard today. We got Ondo moving good. Ondo is actually, being rumored to be hooking up with Coinbase for that in-app transfer and buys and sells of stocks, tokenizing stocks within Coinbase. So Ondo is getting that whisper. It's up 17% today. But a long way to the top if we truly want to rock and roll. We just might not be destitute for poverty by investing into these altcoins. My God, that'd be fantastic. And that's coming from me, my salty ass. I did absolutely take profits above $2 on freaking everything. Arrow, Ondo. But Still got a good bag, and I've been layering into these bags. Never too early to short Ethereum. Thanks so much, Patton. Thank you so much. Excited to see you very soon. Coming out there to Denver. It's going to be great. Pair of canoes for me. Canoes. What are those? Should we go shoe shopping while we're on the channel? You know, I need your guys' advice. Like, I need wide-toed shoes. Okay, and I need something other than just, you know, the Nikes that I got. I feel like the boots fit me good. Those are like, and the boots are like 13, but I think they're a little bit sized differently. You know, they're 5'11 boots. They have lots of toe room. These toes are such a scam these days. The toe size of shoes. So I digress. Okay, make sure to support us. Use, if you're looking for a great option of a combination, you got to have cold storage. You have to have cold storage custody of your crypto to a large degree. I have a portion of my portfolio here on an Arculus cold storage wallet, and I'm also in process of setting up a Bitcoin IRA with our partners here at Bitcoin IRA. You can call 877-936-7177. Again, 877-936-7175. Get an actual person on the phone there. Get all of the advantages of the tax environment of a IRA situation. And now we're going to take a look at the rest of the markets. So you like, not 5'11 boots are looking good? Okay. All right. Let's see here. Time to rip each other off, boys. Nice. Oh, who's ripping? Are you guys selling me bad shoes? Skechers? You are ripping me off. Skechers? Who's recommending Skechers? I mean, those are dad shoes. Those are pretty good dad shoes. I like my 5'11s. They're very nice. Now, let's take a look at all of the chaos going on this morning. We have Trump heading out to NATO, where at worst it will be a much calmer period when he went through Israel and Iran. Looking forward to seeing all the very good European friends, maybe the best, and others. Hopefully, much will be accomplished. So we'll see if any conversations other than them yelling at each other happens in NATO's meetings with Trump. And also, Trump administration is set up to potentially issue an executive order related to stopping banks from cutting off crypto firms and ending Operation Choke Point 2.0 from an executive level. That would actually be pretty damn good. That would be a pretty damn good move. Even, you know, I know we've seen what we have on the charts from these peace conversations, these whispers of peace. But if we did see Operation Choke Point basically stopped out by executive order, that'd be a pretty damn green day on the markets as well. So we're keeping an eye out on that. Very interesting to see. And then this is Tom Crown, my man's. What the hell happened to all the M2 experts? Bitcoin's never been so simple. Idiots. Got a little bit of shakeout. A little bit below the expectation line here. Got to shout them out. Reasonable. And it's not always this easy. You know, in general, they roughly follow each other. The shakeout, you know, you can't really price in, potential war with another set of major nations, one of which has nukes. You know, those are kind of tough to price into the market. Now, this is Follis given his just general range and what he's looking at on BTC. We'll open this in a new image to go here. So we're looking right at this 106 mark. And this is a pretty old school place for price action to play around in. So, you know, I mean, yes, this last day has been very, very exciting, but I'm just being careful out here. Really, there's some shelves right below us here at 103.6 and another one right below that at 102.6. So, you know, if I'm looking for enter and scalp longs, small momentary washouts down to these old shelves would make sense for me. Or if I could see this bull flag kind of extend out and really start to play out to the upside, then I can start looking for just longing the momentum in that regard as far as Bitcoin TA and mail astrology goes. Now, Texas enacted SB 1498 into law. It looks like the bill is going to allow the state to seize Bitcoin and digital assets linked to certain criminal offenses. It looks like they're going to be seizing the assets and they're going to store them in a forfeiture fund. So that'll be interesting. And, you know, it's all these front end moves. It's all like, yeah, we're going to keep the Bitcoin that we're taking from criminals like Ross Ulbricht. Remember that guy? We're going to keep all 200,000 Bitcoin that horrible criminal Ross Ulbricht created on Silk Road. Shout out to Ross Ulbricht, man. Glad you're out of jail. And I saw Ross Ulbricht he was wearing the toe shoes when he was arrested. Maybe the toe shoes is the move here. I want to find the toe shoes. I'm going to get so sidetracked today. I'm apologizing, but not really. Okay. Because my toes matter. Wide toes matter. It's Academy. I got to find some toe shoes, I feel like. But Texas, they're like, yeah, we can keep your Bitcoin that we take from criminals. That's great. How about you just start using all of the funds of dirty fiat to buy Bitcoin instead of just being happy about keeping the stolen Bitcoin? Now, Metaplanet approves a $5 billion capital contribution to U.S. subsidiary for Bitcoin treasury operations, aiming to hold 210,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2027. Metaplanet trying to be a big player in this Bitcoin treasury movement that we've seen. This is an interesting move from a Japanese company that is pivoting out of their traditional stock market in a very aggressive manner, kind of fading what MicroStrategy or now Strategy has been doing. And they're aiming to have 200,000 Bitcoin, or the current amount right around where the United States has right now in our holdings from the Silk Road seizures. We also have a Bitcoin treasury company on the New York Stock Exchange hit cooler 6.37 right now. So just a major move. Cooler moved into a Bitcoin treasury stance, and they are absolutely going ballistic. More fireworks for Wall Street as they sit here getting that fever pitch for crypto. Now, today, the Federal Reserve had a meeting with Jerome Powell, and it was probably the most boring, ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I had to listen to a state representative, I don't know where the hell she came from Atlanta, complain about the cost of weaves and nail salon appointments. And that's, some people want that. But honestly, there's so much more to Atlanta and Georgia than, come on, let's be toe bros. Is that it? Toe bros? Is that give me the brand. Give me the link. Give me the link. I need the link. All right, so let's go to the Federal Reserve comments from today. Jerome Powell sucks. So the Federal Reserve has officially removed the reputational risk factor that has penalized Bitcoin and crypto. This is a good thing that they've been doing on the background, is removing the reputational risk factor that penalizes Bitcoin and crypto and funds that handle it within the supervision of banks. Okay, great. So what you're saying, we're allowed to invest our money how we see fit? Oh my God, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Let me spend my money how I want to spend it. God damn. Like, how far have we gone from 1776? It's so disgusting. Thank you so much for allowing me to waste my money on vaporware. That's my right. If I want to go lose money on vaporware, it should be my right. Damn it. Now, Kelly showed me this morning. This is from Mr. O'Keefe. This is Jerome Powell to go down in history as not doing what Trump wants. Seems to me that Trump wants what he wants shouldn't be part of the conversation, especially if you're making macroeconomic policy. It has nothing to do with who's leading the country. Maybe it's just monetary base that you should be focusing on, Jerome. Let's see.
Right now, I'm preparing for something. I'm going to do a talk to the Fed board.
Meet Harel Hizmo. He's a principal economist working inside the Federal Reserve.
So you write speeches for Powell?
Yeah, like for certain paragraphs. I'm just really worried that I'm saying stuff like stuff that's classified.
Do you deal with classified stuff?
It's all classified. Right?
Quote, it's all classified.
It's all classified. Trump is a crazy person. It's very clear. I mean, he's a dumb guy.
Does he hate Trump? And is the feeling neutral?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. And Trump was president.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Of course he hates Trump. Jesus, man. So I know that we've covered this to a large degree already, but I just have to re-emphasize the fact that we have a political polarization from our Federal Reserve, which hates the current administration, hates the current president of the United States, thus is blue balling us as long as humanly possible, keeping rates high while the rest of the world cuts rates, so that we can get as close as we can to having to refinance the $9 trillion of debt that the U.S. has to refinance, which would send us basically into an interest rate debt spiral that would be basically impossible to dig ourselves out of. So thanks a lot, Jerome Powell, for choosing your political incentives over the longevity of the US dollar. Really great, buddy. Now we have this. God, I'm on one today. You know what? It's just one of them days where you're just like, It's a beautiful day out. It's a beautiful day. Trump announced the Iran-Israel ceasefire last night. Congratulations to everyone. It's been fully agreed to between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire. And right before he put this out, he's like, you know what? I understand that Iran had to get a few missiles out of their system, right? Talking about more missiles being sent after our U.S. bases. Like, he's talking about getting missiles out of your system. Like, this is the KOL from, I don't even know what planet. Trump is a trip. He's getting stuff done, though. So they did agree to the ceasefire. Approximately 6 hours from now, when he put this out, Israel and Iran will have a wind down, completing in their progress final missions. And we did see missiles going back and forth literally to the last second. There's a lot of reports that, oh, the ceasefire's done. The ceasefire's over last night. And we even have more of that craziness going on. But let's look at this. This is last night. Trump's ceasefire claim is completely false. According to unofficial proposals they received in Iran, Iran will respond on the ground. Media Fars News claimed. So their media was completely missing the mark, while the Iranian state's like, hold on. We're serious. Unbelievable. Powell, I'd heard Powell talk. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time with that asshole. Now, link in DM. Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I get my shoes that I can get here? Yeah, I need to get new shoes, you guys. This is my response to all last night, though. What is going on? Okay. Doobie doo. I see you. Oh wow. These are aggressively naked shoes. Aggressively naked. Wow. Am I that chaotic? Am I that chaotic to wear these things? And I do kind of feel a little chaotic. All right. So we had the media of Iran saying, no, we will not stop the war. And then Iran, the country, is like, you know what? Yeah, we're going to stop the war. And we basically went from Iran launching ballistic missiles at the United States air bases to securing a full ceasefire in a deal in under 6 hours. Absolutely crazy. So it caused a lot of chaos on the chart side. Looking at this, man, like, I mean, Trump is the craziest KOL I could have ever imagined in crypto. But he did come out this morning and said some pretty crazy stuff here. So let's look at here. This is Trump talking on the tarmac. Let's listen.
That have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Oh, damn. They've been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Intense words. You know, Trump, you can tell he's like, you idiots. I'm so tired of all of you assholes. Nice to see. And now this is him in response to them breaking the ceasefire, Iran and Israel. We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long, yada, yada, yada. He also wanted to warn Israel directly on Truth Social, do not drop those bombs. So this is his message on Truth Social. Israel, do not drop those bombs. If you do, it is a major, hold on, I got to get back out of this. Major danger to your pilots at home. Donald Trump, President of the United States. So he's a little bit spicy, a little bit aggressive. Okay. And now with the trucks, you know, I remember we covered a portion of these trucks that were leaving, like going into the Iranian enrichment facility, like the Fordow. And then they left. It was a large amount of trucks that came in and out of Fordow right before the strikes. It looked like they got a heads up that the strikes are coming. Now we have Israeli security source coming out saying that we know exactly where Iran transported the enriched uranium. So is it over? Probably not. Is it good for peace? Yeah, it's a step in the right direction. But is it completely over? Is this multi-decade buildup, this massive amount of animosity between the United States and Iran and Israel going to just be fixed in this 12-day war? Doubt it. I personally doubt it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I can't get over these shoes. Should I do it, chat? Chat. All right, we need to make a poll. Where do I make a poll here? Make a poll. Should I get the shoes? Should I get the barefoots? Let's see here. I need to know. I need to know. You guys will decide how chaotic my existence on this planet is. And honestly, you do that anyways. Now let's move on. Oh yeah, I already covered this. This is my opinion. You can follow me at Truth Crypto. I gave this last night. World War is leaving. If I do, you're leaving the Discord if I get those shoes. How would you ever know? How would you ever know? All right. Yeah, I was crashing out of it. I got to get off the shoe subject. We got more important things to talk about, like making money off of vaporware. This is the energy Jay needs to make it through and finish this cycle. This is what we need.
Everything I'm out, I'll call.
I need victory. You know what? What we're doing is we're trading the most volatile asset class on the planet during multiple massive wars. And there's a conversation, is it World War IIIs or not? You know what? You can cut a, it's a bunch of countries going to war with each other right now. So, you know what? Nothing's easy. I'm in it to make some bucks here. It's been going pretty good. It's been going pretty good right now. You know, I complain, but I'm still like well up on the alts. So I don't have too much to complain about. This is very exciting for one of my main alts. Not the main alt, Chainlink. Coming out, talking about an announcement of a partnership with Mastercard. They partnered up to enable billions of cardholders to purchase crypto directly on chain through Mastercard services. Chainlink, yada, 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 verifies and synchronizes the key transactions between, you know, Web 2 and Web 3. We get it. But it will be able to enable Mastercard holders to access crypto directly on chain, which is a nice thing to see. I like seeing this. I don't like seeing the, you know, the basic, like, we're going to take it off chain and we're going to give you paper representation, like the grayscale representation. None of that gets me going, gets me randy. This marks a major step forward in mainstream adoption of Web3. Chainlink and Mastercard power the new swapper finance platform. So I may as well give this a follow. With zero hash, providing on-chain services and access to liquidity needed to convert fiat into crypto with seamless smart contract execution alongside Shift 4. XSwap link. So XSwap is up in the mix here. And liquidity sourced from Uniswap. I find this interesting for deep picks. XSwap. Do we dare? Do we dare go look at XSwap's chart? Let's see here. I'm going to go see. Damn, this thing has been around, like we were looking at, like, oh, cool, Chainlink swap. That's exciting. Holy shit, it's up 30% on the day. Oh, my Lord. Still down bad from those all-time highs, but a lot of room here. Holy cow. Okay. Maybe this one turns into like an unrugging. My God. My God. XSwap up in the mix with this Chainlink integration. Very, very interesting to see. And I'll probably have to do like an entire show just about this for Chainlink, because we need some hopium, you know. Like, it feels like we're right in what we're invested in as far as, you know, Chainlink being an altcoin, but it gets so maddening. You know, you see like these bullish charts. Wonder what Chainlink's chart looks like as well. Let's hop on over to Chainlink. Looks like the markets are starting to get heated up too. Markets are heating up, folks. Woo. Let's see here. Chainlink at 1345. God. Jesus. That was a hell of a pullback right there. Is C-Swap pumping too? Okay. Let's get it too. There's a lot of work to be done here. Long ways to the top if we want to rock and roll. Like this local top, we still need to pump like 17, 18%. Good Lord. I mean, it's nice. This Israel, peace deal, if it holds, this V will be that market washout and that pump back up to the upside. And actually, higher lows there on the 2 hour. Just zoomed in. That's nice to see. Let's just make sure we got our higher lows going in general for Chainlink here. Got to make sure the structure looks solid. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, all the news and stuff, it does stuff to the charts, but honestly, the charts kind of do stuff to themselves without the news. Like, that is crazy. This is crazy work. Crazy work right there. Absolutely crazy. Wild, wild times here. Now, we got to move into the rest of the stuff. I know I love my Chainlink setup. Honestly, this actually looks pretty fucking awesome to me. I know it's aggravating, but we have been dealing with like trade wars and actual wars and quantitative tightening and all of this risk off action in this zone. So you have to acknowledge that. This stuff was like pure, like funny money airdropping. There's less competition between alts. It was good times. This is where the rubber needs to meet the road for utility projects and get these major partnerships like what we see with this MasterCard deal put into play. We need to see that Coinbase partnership with Ondo put into play to be making that massive move. And I do feel like we should chart out Ondo. I do feel like we should chart out Ondo as well. But it might be time to get rich, folks. Nuclear war happens, you die. If it doesn't happen, markets recover. So if you don't buy, you either stay poor or you die. If you do buy, then you either get rich or die. Simple math, excellent words from Mr. Quinton. Now, and this is my approach to the markets at large. It's like, yeah, I'm a prepper, and yeah, I got the nuclear, biological, chemical radiation suit, and I got the AR with the 20 mags and all the stuff. I got it all, and I practice with it all the time. But it's only for a possibility of major problems. It's not for the probability that the market's just going to continue moving up into the right and the scam of the fiat dollar is going to keep moving. That's what I see. Like I can't make my financial future decisions and what I'm investing in right now off of possibilities. It's got to be off of probabilities. And it's the probability that everything's going to keep moving along the same way as it did. But you know what? Things do go south. We die anyways. Good call, Mr. Quinn. Just great words. You know what I mean? Great words. Now, keep me on that. I want to check C-swap after this too. Get rich or die trying. That's right. Get rich or die trying. 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. That's right. That's right. 50 Cent. You know what? I don't like many rap artists. 50 Cent's awesome. Eazy-E, awesome. Yeah, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Now, there's some that are really good. All right, now let's go look at Circle real quick. Circle stock surged nearly 600% since its IPO, pushing the market cap above Coinbase and the valuation of its actual product, USDC. Circle is worth more than USDC exists on the planet. Love how we're celebrating regulatory clarity when the company is literally valued higher than its entire product supply. This is AI XBT being a little bit salty about that movement. And you know what? It's the speculation on the future of this. Mr. Robot. We're going to go over to the Circle chart here. We are getting a little bit of a calm down. So maybe there's hope for me to get a decent entry. God, I would love like 150 or it's at 249 right now. It sounds like Wall Street's really working up a sweat right now as well. Holy cow. I'd say I can't find a new rap artist that I like. I kind of agree. Like in general, Piss Missile, I agree with you about 99%. 99%. 99% I can't stand. Going to watch Bone and 3-6 Mafia and Tech 9 in August. What? Aptos exploding? See, this is fun. Our vaporware is going ballistic. Speculations come back into the market. 28% on the day on Aptos. Holy cow. Massive, massive move from $3.90 up to $5. Woo, boy. Oh my God. It dumped already? It doesn't look like it dumped. Let's see here. Let's see here. We did need a green egg because look at how bad this was. Look at this. God, just maddening. Like I was like thinking about taking a position at these lows at like $5. I was like, nah, I'm getting out of the way. Now it's back up to $5. I got it out of the way. This is when they were doing there's test transactions in RWAs. And they popped up one day. I was like, all right, I'm going to take a play. And then they disappeared the next day. And I'm out. I got out at flatline. I didn't care. So, interesting to see. But now we got to go to the rest of the market. God, the markets are on fire right now. Keto recovery looking good. This is a good RWA play here. 43%. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Huge bounce. I wasn't even watching this thing in the big pullback this weekend. Andy, you know what? More power to you, bud. Long-term vision, BTC, you can't lose. Long-term vision on Circle, I think, is up to the right. I think Circle with this. Okay, and this is a concept I've talked about before on the channel slightly, but I just want to re-emphasize this. So Circle and USDC have been intertwined with the powers that be for quite some time. And we've seen regulatory action taken against Tether, their competition, and then USDC, I'm chill here in the United States, no problem. Government's like, okay, you cool, boo. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Why are they so kind to each other while Tether is this bad guy in the back room that we keep going after? And then we see the ability for Circle to start working with the United States Treasury and the ability to create stable coins to thus buy treasury bonds and institute a realm of quantitative easing through the treasury creations like we have never seen in this country before. The creation stable coins to back and hoist up and extend the life cycle of fiat currency is something that I absolutely despise. I know the price of Circle is going to continue going up. I know all of that. Great. But the ethos of bringing scarcity back to money and bringing value back to money is being washed away before my eyes. We can make money up and along the way because, it's being adopted all over the place. You see all these things happening. So bullish, right? The Fed, you can buy it now, guys. Wow, thanks, Fed. It just is really aggravating to not have the long-term outlook that we're going to have scarcity backing dollars 10, 20 years from now. Instead, we're going to have some hybridized mutant system that's got stable coins shoveling billions of dollars at the Federal Reserve for treasury bonds, and then just keep the show going. They just keep the party going for the powers that be. It's insane. When World War IV, maybe that's next week, right? They're like, wait, we found the enriched uranium. The weapons of mass destruction are here instead, right? Oh yeah, I should mod you up, dog. Should mod you up, dog. Modding him up. All right. So yeah, that's just, and this is a concept that you have to have a level of macroeconomic understanding and an aggravation to get where I'm coming from here. And I think a lot of you in the chat understand where I'm coming from, the monetary debasement of our fiat currency, basically making it so that the middle class and lower class are going to go extinct and be stuck on welfare. We're trying here. We're trying. Now, another one that is pumping today is Say. And this is Crypto Stevo's post about Say. When are we getting rid of it? Oh! Oh! Oh,
You are banned!
yeah, he made the executive decision. Hold on. 1 minute. Oh my God. Sharon has been banned. All right, good morning, crypto fam. Yesterday was a great day, but remember, it's just the beginning. Congrats to everyone who's been holding and DCAing all year long. Want to make sure you've seen on the tube some of your favorite influencers talking bullish news about Say. The news is true, but what most people are leaving out is a huge unlock coming for Say, the token. Say pumped very, very hard, and soon insiders, team members, and early investors are going to be dumping on your ass. Don't FOMO buy Say. Don't FOMO buy the major green tops on these things. Excellent, excellent market due diligence and research, Mr. Crypto Stevo. Fantastic work. Fantastic work. And you know what? VCs love unlocking into bullish environments like what we have today. It is what it is. Say, let's go check out the chart here. You don't say. Let's go check out the Say chart. And this chart, this Kita chart, wow. Absolutely incredible. 70 cents. Hope that basic shelf holds up as support. I mean, really, really took a beat down from the war announcements and all that stuff, but a nice retracement, and it's healthy. Can't go up into the right always and forever. Say is up 40% today, just about 40% today, 70% on the week, 30% on the month, and then on the year, it's actually down 18%. So trying to clamber it back up, and honestly, you're going to have a lot of wishing and wanting sellers up in this 30+ cent range. Bitcoin about to bounce. Are we bouncing even more on Bitcoin? Hold up. Wait a minute. This all seems so right. Let's go. Let's check it out. What a crazy, crazy design. This shit broke to the downside. Now we know that for real. I do want to leave this old school trend line as maybe a bump our head on the roof moment here. See where liquidity lives. And we do a live trade. Live trade. I short this. Maybe 1065. Looking like a grab right there. All right. So, and again, I got to say, I appreciate your Crypto Stevo a whole hell of a lot. You know, this is also worth noting is Say has collected about $295 in fees in the last 24 hours. Compare that to Avalanche, which got in about 20K, and Solana, which nearly $1 million in the last 24 hours in revenue. Say still ranks 16th in TVL and has pathetically low DEX volume. So just things to think about. Okay, just things to think about. Polymarket is near a $200 million fundraising level for the valuation of over $1 billion. Polymarket is looking to fundraise $200 million. Polymarket's a very, very interesting thing to see, and quite aggravating that it has not helped Polygon at all. You know, pretty maddening. Again, a story of VCs dumping into it. Nate 707, Isaac is out there doing his military stuff today, man. You know, and he's gonna be. We're gonna keep it going. I can only get so many call-ins from Isaac off of the base. I don't even know if I can get any off the base from Mr. Isaac. All right. I'm gonna go look at something. Morpho. I saw someone said to go look at Morpho. Let's see here. What is Morpho doing? We're doing good. Are we doing good, son? Hey, all right. $1.40. That's great. I'm gonna. It's like if it hits $1.60, that's 100% gain from our back the truck up moment. That's actually something I'm watching pretty closely here. We got this little red spot. Original buy at like $1.20, but I hammered this thing at 87 cents. So that's pretty cool. Okay, lots of room to party again. Still, you know, this thing was just at $4. Still the chosen spot for swaps. of getting USDC in terms of a loan through Coinbase. So I think Morpho is well positioned. This is a little scary. The SEC has delayed 21 shares spot Polkadot ETF. Polkadot's had some problems, really falling off a cliff in terms of price value, while you see everyone cheersing and having good photo opportunities together, and the tech is there, bro. If you were in it for the tech, man, you're doing great in Polkadot. If you're in it for the money, this has been like hell watching this graph. Down 4% on the week, still down 20% on the month, 37% on the year. Holy God. Holy God. Hitting extreme lows. DCA and Praise thing, and maybe it's a buy, though. And maybe it's a buy. I don't know if it could hit these $50 levels at this point, man. It's like really falling down. It's number 24. I do believe DOT broke into the top 10 last cycle, and it's just been slowly ticking down. There's this kind of misstep from Parachains, and the aggravating part about this is that, like a year ago, there was a lot of like cool, like Origin Trail, all these weird things being built on it. The move of interoperability. I was like, okay, I get what you're doing here, Polkadot. Ever since then, man, it's just God. And it is an awkward feeling seeing the altcoins want to get an ETF to be able to save themselves. That does feel weird. Now, from not telling us, there's breaking news from Plume. Plume investors and core contributors have elected to push off token unlock dates to January of 2026, maybe because they see how dumb unpopular it is, and everyone's getting wrecked, and they have no interest in VC dump schemes anymore, to show that they are aligning with the evolving regulatory best practices, particularly in the U.S. Oh, it's not about us. It's about them not wanting to get in trouble regulation-wise here in the U.S., as it brings added clarity and accountability to the core contributor and investor base. Plume is clearly not just for the money. Truly want to bring tokenized institutional investments, yada, yada, yada. I wonder where Plume is. Plume. Because that was actually the most recent purchase I did. It was like 8 cents on Plume. I'm barely up on it. About the 8.5 cent mark. So barely up on that. I mean, maybe 5%, but I added to the bag. It's a smaller bag in comparison to the rest of my portfolio. Got to take a swing on it. It looks pretty decent. But I'm getting the hell out before 2026 comes. I'll guarantee you that. Getting out of there. All right. Forbes talking about Chainlink too. The head of tokenization, Colin Cunningham, discussed how adoption from major institutions marks the opening chapter of a multi-trillion-dollar transition. This is Forbes, the actual major publication, talking about Chainlink and how multiple trillions of dollars is going to be tokenized in the routes, the main spot. This guy's looking at it. It's Chainlink. Why would they choose this picture? This is such a terrible. What just happened? Did he see a brown eye on the screen? Why would he? Okay, that's a weird segue. That's a very weird segue. I'm not gonna lie. Exposing all crypto catfishes, a thread. So, crypto catfish name 1, XIA Web 3, pretending to be Zerum on Instagram. Pictures and proof that you can compare. This just goes on and on with all of the different crypto reply gals and how they're literally not even real people. Please, for the love of God, be careful out there. This is absolutely insane to see all of the inquiries, all of the attempts to, get all of your crypto out of your hands. They use men's idiotic short-term mindset of, ooh, I'm thinking with my penis, and they go in here and empty out accounts. So please, for the love of God, be careful out there. Now, I do got to see Bitcoin. We are breaking up. Move. Oh, Kelly's in along. He's celebrating. Good job, man. Let's see here. We're breaking out. Broke out of that peak. Moving on up. And we'll bump our heads likely at that 108.8 spot if things keep going at this rate. Peace, man. Hell of a drug. Peace is a hell of a drug. Watch out for that Israel move, though. Again, like these shelves do matter in the midterm. This spot that we're actually breaking out of matters quite a bit as well. So it's great to see us moving up and beyond this part. But just being careful. Good job, Kelly. Gave him a shout out. You're in the 40X. All right, let's keep moving through the rest of these stories now. And again, just don't think with your willies, okay? There's many crypto catfishes swimming around the sea of X, in between the the pools of angry reply guys, that are all, angry that price isn't already $200,000 and they're yelling at influencers for World War III. Just be careful. Protect your assets. Now, Powell has reaffirmed that he's going to have a wait and see stance as far as when the Federal Reserve is going to cut interest rates and offers no signaled rate cuts in a prepared testimony today. I think this is worth checking out the CME tool to see if any statistics have shifted on what we're going to be looking at from the Fed. So, go on over here, CME Fed, 36 days till the next meeting. Still, actually, slightly higher expectations of 25 base point cut in July, but still very low. 18% think that there's going to be a cut this month or next month. 81% think that everything's just going to remain the same. I know September looked more likely like the actual rate cut month. We're sitting at a 68% likelihood of that being the case. Now, let's move on because I know that there was one more here. Here's the other one. Okay, so it's September and October leaning towards a cut. Another cut expected in October. And then, you know what? This is new. So now it's a dead heat race for a third rate cut to potentially be coming in December. Very interesting. So we might actually be seeing 75 base points cut by the end of the year. You know what? If we could see a confluence of these things happening, this alt season that we all, look for and stack our bags of low entry points for, hopefully, would go absolutely ballistic. If we could get 3 interest rate cuts and really that risk on environment highlighted, as aggravating as it is that these altcoins are beholden to the Federal Reserve and their decisions, it is what it is. It is what it is. So now, here we go. Japan, 20-year bond auction. And apparently they attracted the highest demand ratio since March. So the bond auction in Japan actually went pretty damn good last night. Very, very interesting. Offering high rate returns. You know what? Like Japan, America, this bond relationship, you're going to see a lot of nation states leaning on their bonds. In terms of this, I think the quantitative easing and the airdrop money, the funny money, really woke a lot of people up to how horrible government printing really is. And so they're going to have to find backdoor avenues to be able to, basically do quantitative easing without it being labeled as that. And Trump is out here just fuming about Jerome Powell's decisions. Obviously, I showed at the beginning of the show, Jerome Powell's a total Democrat. He hates Trump. It is what it is. Fed's failure, according to Trump, to cut rates is costing America billions. Too late, Jerome Powell on the Fed will be in Congress, and he did have that meeting today to explain, among other things, why he's refusing to lower the rates. Well, you know what? I got to sit there and listen to Democrat lawmakers from Atlanta complain about hair appointments and weaves instead of hearing about why Jerome Powell is refusing to lower the interest rates before $9 trillion in debt has to be refinanced by a government that's already falling behind and paying more in interest on our debt than we are on our military. We didn't get any of those answers. We didn't get any of the real answers that need to be addressed. All we got was some emotion fare from the Democrats on tariffs are bad and inflation, it's the housing, it's killing us, man. And Jerome Powell's like, well, okay, housing's up, insurance is up, taxes are up, like everything's up. This is a collapse up. I don't know what else to say. It's going to be more expensive to insure. It's going to be more expensive in terms of tax, and the cost of goods is going to continue to increase as the money supply continues to increase. Right? So, yeah, just maddening. Now, scores of millionaires are about to flee Germany. Multiple multi-billion capital firms are expected in terms of outflows out of Germany. You know what? Not surprised if you can go elsewhere and work in a location that is not overrun by a completely new culture. And if you're in a situation in the EU where you can't even post online about what's actually happening in terms of violence and rape, because they'll put you in jail because you talk about it. Of course they're going to leave. What do you expect, you idiots? Now, landslides caused a bridge in China to collapse. This is absolute nightmare fuel. Let's have a look at this. This is absolutely crazy.
都没信号，我们也没有信号。你命大啊，兄弟啊，这个危险了，只能要等消防来了。没信号，都没信号啊
Jesus. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
啊
Nope.
唔係有冇噶，唔係。
I'm not going near that. Look at
那有
that.
個小車，那邊有兩個小車啊。
Holy cow. You know what? I mean, I know the infrastructure problems happen in America. Just hanging around. Patton, I make you a mod, and the first
You
day,
are banned!
you know, unbelievable. Just hanging around. Unreal. Yeah, you know, we hear about all the bragging China does about their infrastructure build outs. Kind of looks like a thin build out to me. You know, natural disasters, they will wipe out bridges. But I'm just going to say America bridges are thicker than that one. Now, Lake Tahoe had something really crazy happen as well. So a freak storm came out of nowhere in Lake Tahoe. Apparently it was snow, hail, 10-foot waves, and hurricane force winds that just hit Lake Tahoe in late June. Boats collapsed, crashed into each other, 6 dead, 2 missing. This is a crazy comment. This wasn't weather. This was a effing strike. What up, Brianna? All right. Did they like the burgers? All right. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So, you know, kind of weird. There's a lot of systems out there that we could, you know, highlight. I've been banned off of multiple different YouTube channels for talking about these radio wavelength weather control systems by saying their exact names. But I could see these systems being implemented to control the literal populations and push them into exactly what Tommy Marin is talking about with the 15-minute city narrative. It's a mouthful, but I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to get completely demolished off of YouTube for saying what I just said by reiterating it. Now, the Homeland Security has approved a plan to build a detention center for undocumented immigrants surrounded by alligator moats and pythons in Florida and the Everglades. Department of Homeland Security has approved the federal funding for Florida's plan to establish this detention center, including a proposed site in the Everglades. The state officials have nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz. Shout out to that. According to state leaders, the federal government has officially approved the construction of this facility, and this is absolutely insane. I don't know if you guys want to comment on this, but we're gonna see any folks try to escape that place. I mean, this is nuts, bro. This is nuts. I wouldn't go anywhere. I wouldn't not if I was in that detention center. I'm good. I'm good. You can leave the door open. I'm just waiting for my food. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go out there, get eaten by a damn alligator and a python at the same time. Jesus. Absolutely crazy. Kind of a really good idea. Let's go back to Bitcoin here. We're pumping. Things are doing good. Doing good. We did break up. This is like devil horns pattern. Woo. This is moving up. Watching this pretty closely. Obviously, I'm not going to try to YOLO, but if I do see a washout down into kind of this established volume spot that we did, I mean, that's a nice little shelf we just developed here. Go over here. All right, so this washout's about 104.3. Go back here. 104.3, just about there. Okay. Watching this. Gotta watch this. So I'll just mark this liquidity washout just while I'm working out in case it comes. Nice to see the markets ticking back up. And honestly, our spot bags are absolutely pumping, absolutely printing on the spot bags right now. So really feeling good about it. I almost made it through with only having to ban 2 people.
You are banned!
Made it through. You guys you got close here. I love and appreciate every single one of you. You know what? We've been able to wash away all of the uncertainty, all the FUD, all of the doubt, all of the angry reply guys that have been bearish on Bitcoin and crypto ever since we hit 75K, right? they were like, no, this is the top. This is an early top. ETFs is a quickened cycle. It's an early top. Now they're talking about there is, this is done. I don't even know what the conversation is anymore because we've been sitting above $100,000 with a very momentary dip below $100,000 that took basically an hour to get eaten up for the last 45 days. Even with new wars rolling out, even with massive amounts of trade pressure on the world, it's absolutely insane to see people still bearish on this. What do we got here? Israel Homefront Command lifts wartime safety restrictions. Okay, that's good. So they're pulling back. Yeah. All right, good. Just had some, Kelly gave me the good confirmation here. Let's see if I'll pull this. Have you sent it to me on Twitter? All right, let's go here. Let's go in. I can't open me and Kelly's DMs. Can't do that. No. Israel Homefront Command lifts wartime safety restrictions. All right, great. All right, fantastic. All right, there. Well, you know what? We're going to make it. I think we might not go poor by investing in cryptocurrency and altcoins here, folks. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Looking for scalps. Matt, man, I mean, I'm going to have to be careful. In terms of scalps, I could see trying out the top of this 105.7 spot, but honestly, there isn't much action there. I did see a liquidity washout that could come down to the 104.3, 104.4 spot. And then above us, if I could see us bonk our head on this upward trend line here, that might be a spot to take a scalp short, but being very careful on the shorts. Like I'm only looking like 10% if I'm taking a short. Oh yeah, see swap. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, main right. C-swap. Thank you for the reminder. Where's C-swap? God damn. Oh my God. Oh. Nope. 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 That is awful. This is worse than a hex chart. Like, think, whoa, 16% on the day. Like, oh my God. 44%. Dude, the volume. Yeah. That's a good note. The volume is down 40% with the price up 16%. Jesus. Bro. I almost bought some of this. Oh my God. Trading crypto is like walking through a minefield. It feels like at times. And this is a good example of that. This thing was at 15 cents. All the FOMO was there. They timed this perfect too, because they released this right into that 2024 March, April bull run, like little baby bull run, and really pumped off of just the hype and the narrative. And then just fucking, holy God. Holy God. Yeah, this is what the death of a crypto looks like. It doesn't look like most charts. I mean, most of these charts are general higher lows, like Solana, it's like major pain right now. But in general, really not too bad. You got this low, you got this low. Honestly, this looks like a hockey stick. A lot of these cryptos aren't as bad as maybe they feel. If you have to look at the larger context of that, like even Cardano. Look at Cardano. General higher lows, and this is the all-time graph. Yeah, I think the more that Bitcoin's adopted, the more that these large institutions are playing into crypto. Like a lot of these different projects are going to do. Oh my God, yes, thank you, Josh. Woo! We got a yerba mate. Josh, the man, hooked me up with a yerba. Yeah. And Tron also too. Tron is a crazy graph. Look at this graph. This Southeast Asian crypto altcoin play. Great. All right. Great. It's not that all altcoins look like that, but that C-swap chart looks like it's literally going to zero. I'm not going to sugarcoat that shit. I get aggravated by like Chainlink and Sweave, and all these are building a general higher low movement. and the expansion of crypto into mainstream is clearer than ever. So feeling good about it. Just do blow, your heart doesn't know the difference. Unbelievable, Tommy, man. You know, you bring up a good point though. I have to be careful about drinking this because I have pre-workout and I'm about to go do my daily workout. Doing the daily workout here. So I love and appreciate all you single people out there, all you people in relationships too. You guys are pretty cool, I guess, too. It's been a great day. It's a beautiful day, you know, except for that damn pizza place. I tried to order from Jet's Pizza and they didn't take my order in. So it is what it is. But DZ hooked me up with a couple slices. You know, it's been a busy day. I love this team. Aerodrome, I'm just assuming Aerodrome's doing good. Okay. I'll see Aerodrome, you know. 86 cents. Look at that. And that's a great chart. That's a great chart right there. Jeez, 14% on the day. Stop it. Trying to hit that dollar mark. Aerodrome's, I mean, we got to remember, we were just above $2 on this project a very short amount of time ago. So, you know, playing around, finding good DeFi protocols on the base ecosystem makes the most sense for me because institutions are going to prefer Coinbase to play in the playground of crypto. And they are going to play. It's not a major, you know, comparison to ETFs. I think ETFs are going to outweigh what they do in DeFi, but they're going to play around. When the cat's away, the mice will play. He has a job. He's a crypto investor. Oh my God. Thanks, Patton. Thanks a lot. Moxie, what are you sad about? Let me see what you're sad about. Don't remember me that I am single. Cat. Sad. No, don't be sad. It's going to be great. I love and appreciate every single one of you out there. I'll see you on the next show. Maybe I'll try to punch out a nightly video here. And we're going to roll out some upload videos for the Discover Crypto channel, as well as snoop around for some trades in the Discover Investments Group Discord. So click the link in our description for the Discord. Make sure to follow Blockchain Basement, Discover Crypto, BitLab Academy. We will all work as a hardcore team here, making sure to bring the information to you as concisely as possible. I love you guys. Stay focused, stay based, and let's go to the moon. Take care.